Roads and routes, but first Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa's here with a look at today's weather headlines. You got that light blue map out. I think we know what that means.
Nice. Oh, it's going to get a little bluer. We've got 32 right now at Central Park, 28 in Poughkeepsie and White Plains, down to 31 in Islip and Sussex. And the winds are starting to pick up, and they're right out of the northwest. That's a chilly wind, so the wind chill, it's more like 24 in the city. Feels more like the teens from White Plains, Poughkeepsie, 11 in Monticello. So it is going to be that kind of day. The winds will continue to pick up, gusting over 20, 25 miles per hour by later on this morning. And look at just the actual temperature forecast. Most of the day spent in the 30s, so be prepared for that. 37 at noontime, some clearing skies by later afternoon and evening, 37 at 5 p.m., 34 and clear by 10 o'clock. So bundle up again. And Lauren, what are you watching this morning?
Well, it's Tuesday, which means there was construction last night, and it's still out there. Heading over to actually, we'll start with an accident on the New York State Thruway southbound after exit 14B, Airmont Road. That's in a construction zone as well, so 2 lanes are blocked there. Then the construction at the George Washington Bridge. You can see on that inbound upper level that as you make your way across the span into New York, it's down to 1.
It's 4:02 right now and new overnight. NBC News reports more than 15 million Americans have now tested positive for coronavirus. Across New York State, hospitalizations keep rising. Now, Governor Cuomo says some key reopenings could be rolled back in just days, including indoor dining. Right now, more than...
Let's get you updated on traffic. Hey, Lauren.
Hey, Maria. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Not too many issues at the moment. Some of it's construction. We're going to start with an accident on the New York State Thruway in a construction zone. So that's southbound after exit 14B, Airmont Road. There are 2 lanes blocked. It is causing a bit of a delay. You also have a northbound delay. To the Van Wyck Expressway southbound, you have that road work out there, out heading into Atlantic Avenue and over on the Meadowbrook Parkway. You can see some delays northbound right now with construction getting into the northern state. Heading over the George Washington Bridge, construction hold right out there right now on the inbound upper level, so you can see nothing's moving, which means delays are building pretty quickly. On the inbound side, stick with the lower level if you can. Inbound Holland Tunnel also closed until 5 a.m. with construction, and alternate side of the street parking rules are in effect. Darlene, back to you.
All right, thank you.
Aren't they?
Very good points. Keep a lot of things in mind, right?
Really?
All right. It's 4:22 right now. Still to come. Dancing all the way to the medal podium. Baseball and softball were also up for inclusion. They can still be added for the 2028 Olympics, which will be held in Los Angeles.
It's not too late, Darlene. We get that VHS tape out from
you got that
the 80s
right
in the Bronx.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. But you know what? It's such an iconic part of Bronx, New York City culture.
Right.
But this is a dance genre, if you will, that has now, I mean, it's all over the world.
Right.
And it's really exciting for people who are athletes of this sort to be able to participate. Because if you've ever seen breakdancing up close, I mean, it's incredible. I want to see, I'm going to have a couple friends come over and teach you how to do a windmill.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Can we come?
No. And then Michael will put the break in breakdance.
I know.
Let's get you out the door, everybody. It's a little chilly. I won't be able to move much, hopefully, because you've got all the big coats on. That's it, but it's going to feel more like the 20s for the afternoon based on the gustier winds. And then a little cool and quiet tonight, to say the least, down below freezing, 30 for this time tomorrow morning. All right, Lauren, what are you watching?
Right, I get on the subways. Just a reminder, no subway service until 5 a.m. They are still being cleaned, but major commuter rail lines and ferries that are operating at this hour, they're all running on or close to schedule. So good news so far for mass transit, at least the major commuter rail lines. Darlene and Michael, back to you.
Okay, Lauren, thanks so much. So had walked out a labor battle causing some serious drama now for the Metropolitan Opera. Plus this. Silverman has it.
That's right. They're cloudy right now, and but that's not really affecting the chill, that's for sure. We're down below freezing in many places on Long Island. We've got Merrick at 31, Islip 31, Eastport down to 30. It's 32 in the city. You can see some high clouds, and that's about it. That's a system that'll move offshore, continue to move offshore, but intensify. So for us, the winds are going to pick up by later this morning. So that 37 with some sun at noon, it won't feel like that. It'll feel like the 20s. We still have a breeze through this evening, and temperatures staying in the low 30s through tonight. On top of the wind and the chill today, we're tracking the possibility of some flurries tomorrow. We're still on track for that warm up, and yes, showers still in the forecast for this weekend. What's behind all of this active weather? I'll talk about that in the 10-day forecast.
Maria.
Everybody loves that place. I'm excited. If you are headed out, no subway service for about 20 more minutes. They are still being cleaned. And as far as the major commuter rail lines go, they are running on or close to schedule. Let's take a live look outside at the status. That's a big deal. If you are headed out the door right now, there is some construction that could slow you down on the Merritt Parkway. It's out there in both directions between Route 7 and Black Rock Turnpike, then heading over to the Garden State exit 144, which is South Orange Avenue, and there are some delays right now. So leave yourself some time if you're headed that way. Darlene, over to you.
Lauren, thank you. New overnight, NBC News reports more than 15 million Americans have now tested positive for coronavirus. Across New York State, hospitalizations keep rising. Now Governor Cuomo says some key reopenings could be rolled back in just days, including indoor dining.
The 80s doing a story on him, and people don't understand that at that time, breaking the sound barrier was such a dangerous thing to do because the planes were literally breaking up when they got to that speed.
And as you mentioned before, you didn't know what was going to happen on the other side.
Didn't know what was going to happen, but Maria, you've met other times that Chuck Yeager, Right Stuff gene, where they're just able to calmly handle the craziest things happening to them.
It's amazing. One gentleman I met was also a commander of the shuttle, so you know you need nerves of steel, but it's another level of bravery, or I don't know what it is, but yeah, very calm and very centered and amazing to be around. So wonderful story there. Let's show you right now the sky cover. No sign of the stars out there. We do have mostly cloudy skies to view from Times Square. Just some high clouds right now. What we're watching to really influence our weather today is this mass of clouds. It's well offshore, so it's not a precip story, but this is going to continue moving off to the north and the east, and as it deepens and strengthens, our winds are going to tighten up, and that's going to really add just an extra little chill to what is already a pretty chilly start. But as I mentioned, just some high clouds out there now. 31 at Central Park, down to 27 in White Plains, 31 in Bridgeport. I have a little disturbance moving in, so we'll get to 42 degrees. But a few sprinkles or flurries. Let me show you what that looks like. As you can see, by, say, 9, 10 in the morning, starting to move in.
If you're headed out the door, not too much getting in your way right now. It's construction out there on the Merritt Parkway, and it looks like delays have eased out for the most part, but they could pick up again. You have roadwork in both directions between exits 40 and 44. Heading over to the Garden State Parkway, it is still slow going southbound because of the right lane is out with construction out there from the Essex tolls to exit 144, which is South Orange Avenue. So as you make your way southbound past 280, it's quite slow going, and then heading over to the Gowanus Expressway, first place we see slow down because of congestion, so it's just starting. It's not even back to the Prospect Expressway though, but inbound heading into Hamilton Avenue, you could see more and more people out there on the roads. Alternate side of the street parking rules, they are suspended today, but meter rules are still in effect. Michael, back to you.
Lauren, thanks very much. 5:18 now. 2 kids are home safe in Queens this morning after taking their parents' car on quite the joyride. Started yesterday morning.
With the traffic, Lauren.
Not too much, which is great news if you have anywhere to drive right now. There's still a little bit of a delay on the Garden State Parkway because of construction southbound between the Essex tolls and exit 144, which is South Orange Ave. Then just a reminder that alternate side of the street parking rules, they are suspended today, but meter rules, they still apply, so don't forget to pay them. Michael, back to you.
Lauren, thank you very much. New this morning, it's a major step forward in the global.
It is, yes. We have, when you have temperatures at this level too, you start to get that really dry air too. So you're probably a little parched and the hair staticky, the whole thing. 31 right now at Central Park. It's down to 27 in White Plains, 30 in Eastport and Islip, 30 in Sussex. Are getting on the rails. The subways are in great shape. Same for the major commuter rail lines and the ferries too. No anticipated service changes, so everything's status quo for mass transit. Let's take a live look outside at the roads where things are starting to slow down just a little bit out there on the Gowanus between the Prospect Expressway and Hamilton Avenue, but they are still moving along. You are watching Today in New York.
If you have to drive right now, there is a stall on the BQE heading inbound out by Atlantic Avenue. So by exit 27, you could see it over there in the right lane, and it is causing a bit of a delay. Plus, you just have that congestion that we typically see heading into Hamilton Avenue. But once you get past it, that might get River Drive by 125th Street, also on the westbound LIE by Queens Boulevard. Darlene, back to you.
Lauren, thanks so much. It's 6:00.
Well, and then on the roads, an accident just came in on the Major Deegan northbound approaching exit 2 Willis Avenue. You can see delays on the southbound Harlem River Drive, and we'll take a live look outside.
Today's CNBC Money Report, popular fast food chain Chick-fil-A is suing a string of high-profile chicken suppliers.
Chick-fil-A claims they illegally coordinated.
So what you see is sort of this massive clouds, and you have the circulation around it. We've got some ocean effect snow showers in parts of Massachusetts. On the backside, what's amounting to maybe some flurries, and even in our area trying to get going, seeing a few scattered reports of that, though not much showing up on the actual radar. So we'll keep an eye on that. But
there are a couple of things happening out on the roads, but overall really not a bad commute. Over on the Garden State Parkway northbound, you have an accident by exit 145, 280 causing some delays. Then heading over to the BQE, it may have just cleared since they moved the camera, but eastbound by Atlantic Avenue, there was a stall in the right lane. Could still be out there, but I'm going to show you the delays on the Gowanus getting into that. So everything is quite backed up. This is a ways away from where that stall was. So leave yourself plenty of extra time if you are headed that way. Over on the Major Deegan, there's an accident northbound approaching exit 2 Willis Avenue. You have your congestion southbound on the Harlem River Drive heading into the RFK Triborough Bridge, and we'll take a live look outside of the Belt Parkway where things are moving along but getting more crowded out there westbound by Lefferts Boulevard, and then heading over to the inbound side of the Holland Tunnel. You're in for a nice ride. There were no major delays at any of your Hudson River crossings. Alternate side of the street parking rules, they are suspended today, but meter rules still apply. Michael, over to you.
Warren, thank you very much. 6:18 now. Police on Long Island.
New Yorkers watching know exactly who he is a friend of mine, and he's been a big ambassador for this to happen.
And that's going to be a sport.
I'm excited.
There you go. You get a special Bronx medal, right?
You do. But they throw it at you.
Picture on it.
They throw it at you.
It's a rare Olympic treat.
No, it's a good day. It's a good day for this dance. Yes, love it. All right, Maria, what's happening?
All right, I'm watching the radar trying to find some flurries, getting some reports from
Maria, good morning, everyone. There are some delays out there on the roads. Route 46 eastbound, you have stop-and-go traffic heading into Valley Road and Route 3 because of the traffic pattern out there. Then over on the Garden State Parkway northbound out by exit 145, which is 280, you have a crash causing delays through here. And then finally, over on the Gowanus, that stall cleared inbound by Atlantic Avenue on the BQE, but the damage is done. Delays are not easing out quickly out there, so still leave yourself some extra time. Michael, over to you.
Warren, thank you very much. New this morning, it is a major step forward in the global battle against COVID.
Thanks, Maria. There's lots of traffic happening right now and coming in. If you are headed out the door, there are a couple of trouble spots, including one on the Palisades Parkway northbound out by exit 19, and it's an unauthorized tractor trailer, so shouldn't be there, plus an accident. So you can see the delays. Then heading over to the Major Deegan southbound out by exit 10 West 230th Street, reports of an accident there, and you can see those delays starting to build. Over in Queens, let's see. Hopefully this will come. This is going to come back. We're going to be patient, but I'm going to talk to you about this delay on the Grand Central Parkway. There is a crash really right at the Kew Gardens interchange where everything splits. So it's very backed up southbound on the Van Wyck Expressway. Come on, camera. And also on the Jackie Robinson and the Grand Central. So this whole area is backed up. That was working a little while ago. I could see the crash. It's on a ramp, I promise you. And then heading over to the George Washington Bridge, you still have an accident on the inbound upper level just after the tolls here. So delays inbound about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's a slow ride across the span. Lincoln Tunnel, Holland Tunnel are doing well, though. Alternate side of the street parking rules are suspended, but meter rules still apply. Michael, back to you.
Okay, Warren, thank you very much.